Okay, hi all. Good morning. Good evening. So, welcome to this SQL training course. Okay, so first of all, is my voice audible clearly to everyone?
Yes,
Yeah, it was
Okay,
audible.
and hope my screen is visible.
it's still loading for me. Um,
For me.
For others, is it okay? Visible,
Yes,
right?
it is visible.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. And I will request not to message. You can speak. Okay. So, quick introduction about myself. I am Mohammed Tanvir Khan. I have over 11.5 years of experience in IT industry. So throughout my career, I have worked mostly on database related technology, ETL, and yes, apart from that, SQL, Python, Unix are my core skill sets. Okay, so this is all about me. So welcome to the SQL training course, and you all are like this today. This is the demo class. So this is the topics in a scope. This means this is the agenda of the course. Except PL SQL, we cover most of the topics which is needed for data analysts, data engineering, or SQL developer, retail tester job profiles. Most of the topics are here. Okay. So now, okay, before I proceed, uh, I want to understand like any volunteers, like what are the expectations you have from this course? Any volunteer? What are the expectations you have? Anyone? I need 4 or 5 like
so
thoughts. Like,
yeah, so the kind of problem that I'm facing as of now is I am able to perform the basic operations, also the intermediate operations, but I'm unable to visualize like let's say we are joining three, four tables and these things, right? Performing advanced operations. Then I'm unable to imagine like how the data is is joined and uh, basically you get my point, right? If I am not unable to imagine or visualize, then I'll not be able to work properly. So I I look
yeah.
forward to that, like
Got it. Thanks. Thanks, Akash. Anyone else? Any other? What are the expectations you have from this course?
Also to learn how to write an optimized query, because we can't just having this much experience, we can't just write a basic query, right? So when we write, how to write in optimized way, because most of our team looking on in that perspective. So that's one of the, yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Nilu. Anyone else who wants to know?
I just want to add one thing. I mean, for a data visualization, SQL is a mandatory stuff. So when we connect any data source like Oracle, SQL Server, so we need to join the tables and work on queries. So that's a very important for a data visualization perspective in a data analytics stuff. So database is very important. So we have to work on that. So I don't have a much knowledge on that. So I have a basic understanding. So for data analytics perspective, I want to learn SQL.
Okay. Good. Anyone else who wants to share his or her
And
expectations?
apart from one and two, expectation is here complete database testing also.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to share their expectations from this course?
Yeah,
From
hi.
this,
Basically, I am from non-IT background, from financial
Mhm.
research, and I would like to know about the basic and core concepts.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Hamza, you want to say something?
yeah,
I think you're waiting for
yeah.
my turn. Yeah.
Like apart from this, we are able to I am able to solve like lead code hard questions, and plus like the question which was asked in like top-notch companies, which is based on SQL. So I want to solve those questions. That's the expectation from this course. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Fine then. I think. Okay. Anyone else who wants to share? Malini, you have raised hand.
Yeah, so I'm planning to switch over, I mean, to a better job career perspective, and so I want to brush up some basic concepts and try to attend some advanced level questions, and that would be asked in both written as well as interviews.
Okay, good, good. So fine then. Thanks a lot, everyone, for your.
Tanvir, sorry to interrupt. I just want to add one more point. So
Yeah, please.
my requirement is I mostly work on the application side, but my application talk to Oracle database. So whenever I'm getting query from the database users, I need to dig into the database, check for the tables. I need to write some queries. I need to understand how the database structure is. So I don't know like from where I have to fetch the data most of times.
Okay, got it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yogesh this side.
Yeah, Yogesh.
Yeah. So I know basic SQL. I'm able to perform the basic queries which has been given by which has been given by somebody else. But if when time comes to designing the queries, complex queries, using various functions like group by, sort by, union, joins, I am not able to do that. So I am looking for hands-on practice on designing the complex queries, which will help me to switch my career. It's my requirement from,
Okay, got it.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Are you, in the syllabus, I couldn't find stored procedures and triggers. So I believe this is not the part of this syllabus course, right?
Yeah. So
stored procedure, cursors, triggers.
Indexes and views also.
Yeah, indexes, views.
Right. Okay. Fine. Okay. So fine. Okay. So thanks a lot, everyone, for sharing your expectation, because this is very important. And I will request everyone to please, humble request, please go on mute if you're not speaking. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Tanvir. I want to add one more thing.
Yeah.
Will you add Windows functions?
Windows functions. Okay. Thanks. I will answer all those things. Okay. Okay, fine. Thanks a lot, everyone, for sharing this expectation. This is very important, okay, because before the ribbon session, it is important for a trainer to understand like what their participants are expecting. Okay, that's very important. So I will give you a quick overview of what my course, how we have designed. So first of all,
Tanvir,
okay.
just to add, mainly from a data engineering point of view, the concepts, right? So I have like a couple of years of experience in other domain, but I'm planning to switch to this domain, right? So I will be a newbie for this topic, right?
Okay.
So the most of the things are covered, like what are the things I should be knowing before entering into this field, right?
Sure.
And what kind of things I'll be expecting, right? When I start working on the actual project, right? So those kind of topics. So obviously you have like around 10 years of experience in this, right? So you must be having those kind of things like tricks, right? So you might face issues. So what are the things you should consider before beginning with the project? What are the things you should be asking to the stakeholder, right? When you're starting your project, right? So what are the things you should be asking to the stakeholders so that our process of engineering, right? Doing the ETLing or doing the engineering or creating a database, those kind of things will automatically covered. So yeah.
Yeah, I got the point. Anyone else? Hope we have. Yeah.
Tanvir, I would like to add one more point. Now, most of the projects are getting migrated from ETL background to AWS or some other cloud platform. So, like, since the projects are very old, most of the projects might not be having proper documentation for the code snippets, and also we like they are asking us to go through the query and understand the requirement and asking us to replicate the same requirement in cloud. So for that, we have to understand the requirement via the query only, right? So so that we have to understand the query clearly first, then only we can replicate the same thing over there. So that is one concern.
I just want to add one thing. I mean, the most important things in the interviewer or some of the people asking about the data modeling concept as well in a SQL, how the table structure is organized, how the table is built. So data modeling is also one of the important things.
Data modeling. Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. Fine then. So let me give a quick overview about my session first. Okay, how we have designed this, and then I will answer all these questions that what all things will be covering here. Okay. So fine. First of all, this is the agenda. Okay, topics in scope, what we covered. So here, someone has asked about the window functions. So yes, we cover window functions. We cover all the possible joins, whatever you have heard so far. Subqueries, constraints. Means from SQL perspective, we are covering all the things. Okay.
Can you please increase the size of the font?
Sure. How is it now?
Yeah, much better. Thank you.
Better. Okay. So now, yeah, so we cover all these things, okay. And duration of your batch will be close to 2 months. 2 months means 5 plus 4, 9 weeks, or maybe it can go to 10 weeks. Okay. My session is totally interactive. You have all the freedom to ask question. I will never tell you to wait till the end of the class and then you can ask. No. There's totally interactive interactive session. You can ask question at any moment, any point of time. First thing. Second thing, it's a totally hands-on session. I don't have any PPT. I don't have any notes, nothing I have. It's a totally hands-on session. Earlier, we have kept PPT for this, but then we identified that more than PPT, problem solving is more important for SQL. So it's a totally hands-on session. No theory, no PPT. I'm clearly shorting on this, okay? Now the question is, Tanvir, on which database we'll be covering this syllabus? So we prefer mostly Oracle and SQL Server, but yes, you are free. You can practice on Postgres, you can practice on MySQL, Netezza, Teradata, Hive, any platform, because we teach generic SQL. Generic SQL means the SQL which has been coined by ANSI standard. Okay. So at a very high level, those who are very new to this SQL, okay, because I know we have participants who are freshers, who are from non-technical background. We have participants, those who are already working on SQL. So just I want to make it clear that don't worry, don't think that, okay, Tanvir will be teaching on what all platforms. SQL will be teaching generic. It is applicable on all the platforms, whatever it will be, Oracle, SQL Server, or MySQL, Postgres, any other platform. So don't get confused with that. Because 99% syntax is common on all those platforms. I agree, hardly 1% difference is there. But in your interviews, never interviewer will ask you a question that tell me the solution of this query on Postgres or SQL Server. No, never they ask this question. Okay, hope it is clear. Now, third point. After each and every class, we share classroom recording with you. Okay. After each and every class, we will share the recording. We used to share recording on YouTube. We will give private access to each and every participant on a daily basis. Whether you are attending the class or you have missed the class, don't worry about that. We have a target group. We will keep all the final list of participants in the target group, and we will share the recordings on a daily basis in that. Okay. And then apart from that, we used to share the assignment. I will share you a few sample assignments, what we have, how we share. Like you can see, I will show you some sample assignments, what we have on a daily basis, what we used to share. Okay. This kind of assignments we used to share on a daily basis. Okay. So overall, through the course, we'll be having close to 200 to 250 assignment questions. And these assignment questions are a mix. You will be having simple, complex, medium, all kinds of assignment questions will be here. We suggest our participant that first of all, work on our assignment questions. Once you reach some maturity level, then you move to some other platform. Okay. Now your question is, can I try to solve lead code hacker rank? Yes, you can go ahead, but especially to freshers or non-IT background students, we suggest first of all work on our assignment, because we know for a fresher from where you have to start. Don't jump directly to any other platform, maybe hacker rank or lead code. Okay, because maybe if you are a fresher, if you are new to this world, and suddenly if you will start solving complex query, you might get frustrated. But those who are matured players, those who already know SQL, no issue, you can practice from anywhere you wish. Okay, that's the one thing. So on a daily basis, we are sharing assignment with you. We are sharing classroom notes with you, what all coding we'll be doing. We'll share that as well with you. And this assignment will be sharing on a daily basis. Hope it is clear. Fine. Any questions so far?
Are we going to discuss on that assignment questions?
Yes. If today I'm sharing the assignment question, the next day we will start discussing the assignment question, and then we'll proceed further with the class. This is the format we follow. Okay. Earlier, what we used to do, maybe earlier means in the June batch or March batch, we used to share the solution of the assignment. But then we stopped sharing the solution because we have observed that after sharing the solution, the participants are not working on that. They think that, okay, now I have the solution, I can try at any moment at any point of time. So that is why we are not sharing the solution of the assignment question. We will share the assignment questions on the WhatsApp group. You have to work on it. And the next day, if you're getting problem in the questions, we will discuss that assignment question. Okay. Hope it is fine, clear? Fine.
Yes,
Now,
can we, one question. As I'm from non-IT background and currently working in data science projects, which will be the server I need to get it installed to begin with this SQL?
I will tell you all those things. We'll guide you each and everything. That is why we have mentioned no prerequisite needed. Everything we will tell you. Don't worry. Okay. We'll guide you with that.
Thanks.
So, okay. Now, the first point you have mentioned is complex queries. Yes. Please go on with this. Thank you. Complex queries. In the beginning, we will not start with complex queries. First of all, we work on their foundation. Okay. You see, I have tested here this set of questions. Those who are following me on LinkedIn, you might have seen, like, I think 3-4 weeks back, I have posted this question. So our main agenda, background noise is there. I will request a humble request. You all are professional people. Please respect the timelines of everyone. Please maintain the
Tanvir, just a request from my side.
Yeah, someone was saying. Yeah, please go ahead. You are on mute if you are speaking. I'm not sure if someone is speaking. You are on mute. I cannot hear you.
I believe it was Yogesh.
Maybe if someone is speaking, sorry, you are on mute. I cannot hear you.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Hello, sorry, Yogesh, can you please come again? Sorry, I muted all and by mistake.
Yeah, that's what I was about to tell you. Yeah, you can mute everybody so that there won't be any kind of disturbance. Please.
Yeah, I have muted everyone, but still someone is unmuting and they're speaking. Okay, but fine, I will take care of that. Thanks for the session. Okay, so for next, please mute everyone. Yeah, I have muted. Thanks. So yeah, this is the set of questions. Especially my training course will be teaching you that why a particular keyword we use, what is the difference, what is the limitation, how to handle and all those things. Okay. So during this course, you'll be getting answers for all these questions we'll be discussing. Okay. Now coming to the complex queries, so yes, we practice complex queries as well. You have seen that many of the queries I'm posting on my LinkedIn page as well. Optimized query, very important concept. In each and every keyword, whatever I'll be teaching you in this course here, each and every keyword, I will tell you which one you have to use, which one you have not to use, in which case you should use which one, which is better from performance perspective and all those things. So performance is not a separate session here. In each and every keyword, I'll be telling you the impact from performance perspective. Where to use subquery, where to use CT expression, which one is better. And that is a continuous discussion. It will happen throughout this course. Okay. Data visualization, yes, it will help you a lot in data visualization because all our questions, assignment questions are from the real-time project only. Okay. So what all projects I have worked throughout my career, what all challenges we have faced. So all the questions will be from that only. So don't think that the questions or the discussion will happen in a hypothetical world. Because I have told you in the beginning, I have an experience of 11.5 years. And throughout this, I have worked in the ETL projects, database projects only. So all those examples, the questions will be from a real-time project. Okay. And Oracle SQL Server, yes, sir. We will practice on Oracle and SQL Server. I will help you with the installation. Don't worry. I know many of you will be having the question that Tanvir, I don't have the personal laptop. I'm working on official laptop. How I can practice? I will guide you with that as well. That how in your official laptop you can practice. Database testing, yes, the SQL queries, it will be more than enough if you're entering database testing or ETL testing. Okay. Non-IT and freshers. So yes, we start from scratch. We will tell you how to create table, how to insert data. We start from that level. So don't worry. Even if you have not heard about SQL earlier, don't worry about that. Our course is from scratch. Okay. And solve lead code hacker rank. I have covered this. If you're a fresher, non-technical, don't solve it now. After 2 or 3 weeks, once you will get some good maturity level, then you can start. Those who are matured players, those who already know SQL, your wish, you can practice. It's not an issue. Okay. Brush up basic concepts. So yes, I have mentioned here. You can see this. We are covering the basics. We are starting with create table, insert, upper level. These are all of the basics. We'll start with this only. Okay. So this part we don't cover. This is the part of PS SQL we don't cover here. So from previous batch as well, many of my participants, they have requested for this. So we are planning for a separate batch for PS SQL. But if you are good in SQL, this all concepts will not take much time, hardly 2 weeks. Okay. So we are planning to schedule a separate batch for this and then we will cover. But in this current batch, sorry, we don't cover this topics. Okay. Window function, yes, we cover. I have shown you in the agenda. Data engineer, yes, this entire course has been designed especially for data engineers and data analysts job profile and business analysts. So all those who are working data related job profile, this will be helpful. What's hacker rank lead code? Okay, if you don't know what's hacker rank and lead code, you should ignore it. Hacker rank and lead code are the platform where you will be getting SQL queries to practice. Okay. Problem solving approach. So yes, if I have this, I will show you. Maybe I know many of you have been referred by someone. So you know my teaching style, hobby. I will show you a few of this. You see, the way how we teach is, you see, I'm showing you this from the September batch. So each and every question, if you're discussing, we will tell you how the engine is working, how to approach a question. So don't worry about that. It is not like directly we'll be sharing a solution with you. No, we will tell you each and every keyword, how it works, how the sequence works, how the engine works, how it is picking the data, why we need group by, and all those things. Okay, so we will tell you how to approach a question, how to start from there. Okay. And then what's the next question? Tricks. It will be covered. Interview questions. That is what the set of questions we have 250 assignment questions. They cover the interview questions as well. And especially these questions are some of the toughest interview questions. Okay. And I posted on my LinkedIn page as well. Okay, so maybe even if you know SQL, you can check how many of this you can answer. So we will be discussing all this question during my course. Fine, cloud. So yes, few of you have asked that now we are moving to cloud. So see, I agree that we are moving on cloud. Okay, but yes, it happens that many times you have to understand the query of someone who has written earlier. So this will help you in that. Okay, once you understand. So this will help you in that as well. Data modeling, sorry, we don't cover here. Data modeling is something which we cover at a very high level in ETL classes. So, but here we don't cover data modeling. But if you are good in SQL, data modeling is not a big thing. So just if you know the basics of ETL, like what is star schema, snowflake schema, what is dimension, what is fact, what is ER diagram, then you can quickly move to this data modeling part. Okay. So that's all from mine. Do you have any question now before I proceed with the class? Any other general queries you have, guys?
You missed 16 and 18 point.
16 I have covered. We interview questions and the assignment questions what I'm giving. In that we have interview question as well. And these all questions what I mentioned here 1 to 35. These are also set of interview questions which we'll be discussing during the class. During the entire course, all these questions will be answered.
Yep.
And 18, understand the existing query. Yes, this I have mentioned. Many times it happens that someone has left the organization, but he has written some SQL query, and you have to go through that. You have to understand. So this course will help you to understand that as well, because I have mentioned this Excel sheet that whatever we are teaching, we'll be teaching from the engine perspective, that how the SQL engine works, how each and every keyword works, what is the limitation of each and every keyword, which keyword in which case you have to use when a particular keyword fails. Okay. So it is like each and every nut and bolt and screw of SQL will be present in front of you. Okay, this is not a ready-made session that will teach you that, okay, count will give the total count of records. No, we will tell you what is count of a star, what is count of one, what is count of character, what is count of column, what is count of distinct column, when count of distinct column will fail, when not to use that, and all these things. Okay. So hope that will be helpful. You all will be benefited. Any other question, guys? Anyone?
So as you mentioned, the data modeling is not covering. So as I'm from very basic, so will I am going to understand about the dimension and fact and about the star schema.
You see, those things we cover in a separate. We have a separate course, ETL course. Okay, in that course we cover all those things. That is why clearly I'm calling out. So this is the PPT of my ETL course. In that course we cover those star schema, snowflake schema, dimension and fact. But here clearly I'm mentioning here we don't cover all those things. But if you're good in, yeah, tell me.
But to understand on the table label to what are the dimensions we are.
That will guide you. That will guide you. Don't worry. Okay. Whatever is needed, that will guide you. See, this we cover in this separate course we have. There we cover all those things. Okay.
Okay.
See,
so
if it is
yeah,
are
we willing to cover data warehouse concept as well? Like a
no. Data warehouse concepts we're not covering. No.
Sometimes we have to use data warehouse as well.
If that is required, I will tell you at a high level, because otherwise we will deviate from the topic. Data warehouse have a lot of concepts. Okay. So clearly that is why I'm mentioning this is only SQL we will discuss here. Okay. Only SQL. But if you have some question that Tanvir, what is surrogate key? What is dimension? What is fact table? What is dimensional table? At a high level, I can tell you, but not in detail. Okay, because we will deviate from the topic, because already this is almost 40 hours course. Okay, is that fine?
So Tanvir, you are going to while you are explaining all this concept, so as you were saying that you are going to explain in a high level. So will that be part of like the dimensions and what is fact, and so you will cover all these things in a high level, right?
Let me make it clear, sir. This is SQL batch. Okay.
Yeah, SQL only, but
one minute, let me complete. We cover these topics in this. Okay.
Okay.
But suppose during this discussion you got a question about suppose fact table, okay, or dimension table, or a star schema, or a snowflake schema. Then what we used to do is we keep these questions at the end of the session. Then you can ask that question. Okay. We will not teach you in detail about the fact. But at a high level, we will tell you why. Because we will again deviate from the topic. This is not a part of this curriculum. Because if you will check in data warehouse or database, you have a lot of concepts are there. Okay, a lot of concepts like a staging layer, integration layer, SCD, soft delete, the star schema, snowflake schema, transformation logic, reconciliation, deduplication, many other things are there. So we will deviate from the main agenda. So that is why we have segregated both the courses. ETL is a separate course, SQL is a separate course. But yes, I am telling, if you're getting stuck somewhere, we will discuss that. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Tanvir, sorry to interrupt you. Some of the questions are asked in the interview for data warehousing concept as well. So for interview perspective, are we going to cover those points?
See, again, no. Because in this course, I will following SQL only. I'm very sorry for that. Because we have faced this problem earlier in earlier batches. What happened? Someone will trigger a question from the database. Like, sir, what is SCD? Like, it will start from there. I am teaching primary key. Someone will tell that, sir, what is surrogate key? I will start teaching surrogate key. Then I will tell you why surrogate key came. Then I will enter the world of SCDs. Then I will start teaching what is SCD type 1, SCD type 2, SCD type 3. Then they have to explain what is soft delete. So slowly we will enter the world of ETL and the data warehouse database. Okay. So that is why clearly I'm shorting it out that we will strictly follow SQL. But yes, if you have any question, you have interview, if you're getting stuck somewhere, you connect with me after class. I will help you in that. Okay. I will guide you with that. That's not a problem. But
Sure.
in this course, we
Definitely.
don't cover that. Okay. That is one.
So Tanvir, the concept which we talk, right, the ETLing stuff,
Uh-huh.
the irrespective of the tool, right? So we have a couple of tools, right, in the market. So irrespective of like data warehousing, data modeling, all those things will be covered in ETL course.
You connect with me after class, Samir. I'm very sorry. I will help you. I will tell you what we cover in the ETL course. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Is that fine? Because maybe others will start thinking I'm advertising for ETL course. So you connect with me after class. I will tell you that what all things we cover in the ETL course. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. Fine.
Thank
No
you.
problem. No problem. Any other question? Anyone?
Yes, Tanvi. During this let's say 9 weeks or 2 months approximately, what about if we face any, hopefully we should not face any issue post completion of this SQL batch, but however, if in case if we are facing any issue post completion of that batch, then
We will provide you support. We will provide you support. We have students who are from August batch, June batch, who are still asking question to me. Even after class, if you're getting stuck, you can connect with me on WhatsApp. You can ask questions. Okay. But maybe many times I'm occupied. I'm working on some other commitments. I will not be able to reply you immediately, but we will get back to you. Okay. And even once the course is over, you can connect with us. You can ask questions. That's not a problem. Okay.
So what would be the course? I mean, the batch timing and the
Timing is this is weekend batch, Saturday, Sunday only. Timing is 9 to 10:30 p.m. IST.
Okay, what about the fees?
Sorry? Sorry, can you repeat?
Someone is asking about the fees as well.
Fees is rupees 2,500 IST. Sorry, IST, I'm telling rupees 2,500 INR. Okay.
Okay, understood.
So whatever the
and duration will be 2 months. 2 months means 9 weeks, but maybe it will take around 10 weeks. I know it will take 10 weeks. Okay.
So Tanvi, whatever the recordings you are going to share us on YouTube, private recording you are saying, that will be available for lifetime, or you are going to put any kind of validity?
We provide 1 year validity. Okay. Actually, it is lifetime only, but we never know when the YouTube policy will change or something goes wrong. Okay, so that's why we don't take risk of lifetime. We give you guarantee for 1 year that even if something goes wrong here, if it is crashed or if something goes wrong, we will provide you the recording of other batch. But 1 year validity, we are taking guarantee for that. Okay.
Okay. In case if we want to re-attend this batch, then do we have to pay extra,
See,
or we can
see,
ideally
in that case,
see?
Yeah, please go ahead, Yogesh.
No. Why I'm asking, because see, it's good that you are providing recording, and but the way interactive classes will be there, there would be kind of uh, difference in interactive classes and watching the recording. See, there are already n number of YouTube videos available already.
Yeah.
But we are here for interactive sessions. So in case, if by any chance, if someone wants to attend the batch once again, then how it would be, how you will be taking it forward.
Okay. So see, many times it happens that you have missed the classes because of some health issue. So health issue we consider, or you have some medical issues. Okay, we wish everyone should stay healthy, but nobody knows what goes wrong. In that case, we allow you free of cost. Yeah, we allow you in the next batch. Okay, if you have some health issues or any other concerns related to health or medical issues. Okay, in that case. Apart from that, if you're occupied, if you have some strong commitment, you're not getting time. So for that case, what we are planning is you have to pay only 50% course fees, and we allow you in the next batch. Okay. But see, if you have valid health issues, that is for that case, we're allowing you free of cost. We allow you, what I can say, we will admit you in the next batch as well. Hope that is clear, Yogesh.
No, I'm working right now. Also, I'm working. I'm working 24/7. I don't have weekend holidays, so that's the reason I thought of asking this question. So I might miss, but anyway, you have cleared the point.
Yeah, fine. Any other question, anyone? Shall we start now? Okay.
From
good.
when this batch is starting?
It started from today. Today is the demo, but the final list of participants who has enrolled for the course. So from tomorrow means, but yeah, right now I will start the class. Just if you have any other question, fine.
Sorry,
Tanvi-
go ahead.
Yeah, Nibu,
Yeah.
Nibu, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Tanvi, actually, I'm supposed to be November, the weekday, but since it is October and this thing I just joined since it was Saturday. So should I drop out and join on the November batch or how?
Then you can drop out. No issue. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
So do we have weekdays batch as well?
Yeah. Yeah, please ask.
That is starting from 14th November, Tanvir.
Weekdays batch approx tentative time is 14th of November. Actually, the current batch was supposed to be over by 7th of November, but it is extended. So it will be next batch will start by 14th November, weekday batch. That will be morning 7 to 9.
7 to 9 weekdays, right?
I am also interested
Yeah.
for weekday batch.
Fine then. If you are interested for the weekday batch, you can join that. Not a...
Okay. So can I get
can
the
drop out
link
this
for
call.
that?
So.
We will publish that shortly tomorrow, day after tomorrow. We will publish it. Okay. The weekdays batch details. Okay.
So can I drop off?
You can drop. Not an issue.
Thank you so much.
No, also
Thanks a lot.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, fine then. I hope I know you'll be having some questions, but let me start and you can ask. Okay, why SQL? Anyone who wants to answer this question? Why SQL? Nowadays, everyone wants to learn. What's the benefit of SQL? Any answer, anyone?
One word answer: data.
Data. Good answer. Any other thought, guys? Why we need SQL?
It's in to get a aligned, formatted, structured database.
Structured database. Okay. Anyone else? Good.
Without SQL, we cannot communicate with the data.
Good. To communicate with data. Okay. Good. See, SQL stands. Yeah.
SQL helps to insert, manipulate, and help to fetch the data from the database.
Okay, so you mean like communicate with the data, right? Insert,
Yeah.
manipulate, fetch, and all those things, right? Okay, good. See, SQL stands for a structured query language. Okay, a structured query language. Okay. And almost it is completing almost 40 to 45 years now. Okay. In the IT industry. And still it's in huge demand. You know why? Because with the help of SQL, you can store data, you can manipulate data, you can process data, you can fetch the useful information. You all have seen a government office, right? There you have a lot of files will be keeping, will be somewhere like in their wooden box or somewhere they will keep, right? Now assume from those files, if you want to fetch some data, how much time it will take? And how tedious is that task, right? If you want to fetch some data, if you want to retrieve some data from those files, so first of all, you have to search the file from that heap of files, right? And then you will, you are not sure where exactly the data is. Then you will search each and every page of that file, and then you will get the data what you're looking at, right? But with SQL, you can store data of your business transaction. Maybe it is 1 million data, 20 million data, whatever you have. SQL will help you to store the entire data in a database. Okay. Second thing, after storing data, if you want to fetch some information about the data, like what was the profit your company has made in 2015 in June month, okay, from this particular location of this particular department, right? Using SQL, if you're very smart in SQL, quickly you will write a query and this will give you that information. Okay. So that is why SQL nowadays is very much required. With the help of SQL, you can store data, you can fetch the useful information, and accordingly, you can understand how your business is performing. Nowadays, if you don't know the data of your business, so you will lag behind. You will not understand where to do the modifications, what all new policies you have to make, right? So that is why SQL is very important. Okay. Now, before that, suppose I'm taking a very simple example of an employee table. I will tell you what is table, what are columns and all those things, okay? I have this ID, I have this name, I have salary, and I have department, okay? Suppose ID is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm taking two simple examples, and the name is, suppose, Raj, Pohan, Abdul, John. And salary, I'm taking some random numbers, 100 or 200, 400, 300, okay? And department is tech, here it is sales, here it is HR, here it is again tech. So this is known as a table. Okay, in the database, this is known as a table. What is the name of this table? Employee. Okay, employee is the name of this table. And in this employee table, you have this information: ID, name, salary, department. So these are known as columns. Okay, so if I will ask you in this table, how many columns you have? So what will be your answer?
4.
So in this table, we have 4 columns. So in this table, we have 4 columns, right? So what are those columns? ID is one column, name is another column, salary is another column, department is another column, okay? Now I have a question. In this table, the name of the table is employee. Right now I have 4 columns in this table. Now the question is, in a table, how many columns you can keep? Is there any limitation on the number of columns in a table?
No.
No.
No, there is no limitation on the number of columns in a table. You can create a table with 1 column only, that is also allowed. You can create a table with 100 columns, that is also allowed. Okay, but generally it is suggested not to create a table with more number of columns. Keep less number of columns. Why? because there is a concept of normalization. Okay. If you are keeping more number of columns in a table, then there will be some redundant data, duplicate data. We will discuss all these things. So don't worry about that. Okay. So just if an interview, if you're getting this question that how many columns you can keep in a table, is there any limitation? So the answer is no, there is no limitation. You can keep n number of columns in a table, but it is suggested not to keep more number of columns in a table. Is that clear so far? Any question?
No.
Yeah. So these are known as columns. ID is one column, name is another column, salary is another column, department is another column. So right now I have 4 columns in this table. Okay. Now suppose if you have this question that Tanveer, okay, fine, I have created this in, I will tell you how to create the table in database, how to insert data and all those things. Okay. So now I have this 4 columns. Suppose you created this table, you inserted this data. Okay. Now your manager is asking you that Tanveer, please add a new column location. Okay. So the question is that already I have created this table employee. Is this allowed? Can I add a new column in this table which is already has been created? So yes, the SQL will give you that flexibility that you can add a new column as well, even if your table has been created. So I will teach you that alter command so that you can add a new column. Suppose now here you want to mention the location, maybe like Delhi, then you have Mumbai, you have Chennai, and maybe you have Kerala. Okay. So this is a new column. So now in this table, how many columns we have? 5 columns, right? So now we have location as well. So far it's clear. Any question, guys? Anyone?
No.
No, fine. Now this horizontal rows, these are known as records or rows. This is first record. This is second record. This is third record. This is fourth record. So in this table, I have 4 records. Okay. Again, there is no limitation on the number of records in a table. You can keep any number of records in a table. Okay. Now the same thing I will show you how you can create a table in database or you can insert this data. Okay. So 1 minute, let me check if this, I will tell you all these things that how to install this and all these things. Let me check if the session is alive or is disconnected. The session is disconnected. Okay. See, we will practice on this session, on this platform. You just have to write Oracle Live SQL. Okay, just write Oracle Live SQL. Okay. No need to do any installation. If you want to install SQL Server, we will tell you how to install. But for Oracle, go in Google, just write Oracle Live SQL. Okay, click on this link. Okay, and then if you have, okay, I will get on start coding now. Now, you for first time user, you have to create an account. So while creating an account, it is a very simple step. It will ask your name, your company name, and all those things. If you want to give dummy details, you can give dummy details. But when it will ask for the Gmail ID, you have to give a valid Gmail ID. That's all. Okay, and your account will be created here. And using that account, the password, you have to log into this.
So it will be valid for how many days?
It's lifetime validity.
Okay.
Just if you will keep it idle for 10 to 15 minutes, it will automatically log out. Then again, you have to log in. It is the only headache here.
Okay.
Hope it is clear. Very simple one. Even if you're working in your official laptop, you can use it. It will work everywhere. Okay. Now you might be thinking that Tanveer, no, I want to work on MySQL. I want to work on SQL Server. So for those installation, we will help you. We will share the link. You can do that installation. That is very simple. Okay. So now I will show you that here I have a table employee and I want to create the table employee and I want to add these columns in these tables. So how we can do that in a database, that I will help you to understand. So first of all, what you have to do, let me delete it. First of all, what you have to do, you have to write create. Okay. The moment you will write create, your SQL engine will understand that, oh, user wants to create something. Okay. Then you have to write table. What you want to create here? Table, right? So you have to write create table. So the SQL engine will understand that, oh, user wants to create a table. Then the engine will ask you, what is the name of the table you want to create? So I want to create a table with the name employee. Now this is user defined. You can create a table with any name, whatever name you want, you can create a table. Okay. Create table employee. Now in this table, what all columns you want? You want ID, name, salary, ID, comma, name, comma, salary, comma, department, comma, location. So far, any question, guys, anyone?
Yeah, hello Tanveer.
Yes.
Solve this side. I just wanted to ask, like, if I'm using MySQL, like, where can I get an new and empty this worksheet?
MySQL, if you're using.
Yes.
Oh, MySQL just on the left side on the top. There's an option you can get to get you miss new option.
New
will be there.
model.
No, you have to create first of all a database. I will help you with that. Okay, please
Okay.
ignore it for the timing. I will help you with that.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so far any question here? Anyone? Is it clear? Ignore the color. You might be thinking that why few of the words are in pink color, why some few words are in black color. Ignore it. I will tell you what is the reason for this color coding. Ignore it for the timing. So far, any question? So far, I have just written here create table. I'm telling SQL engine that I want to create a table with what name? With employee name. And what all columns I want? These all columns I want. I have kept this within parentheses, bracket. Any questions so far?
Tanvi, so whatever you are saying, this live SQL, whatever the query, I mean, whatever the tables or whatever the work we are doing, can we store it permanently on that account, or is it going to be erased after logging out?
You can store it. You have the option for that. You can download it as well. Okay, but I suggest that copy it once you're done with it and save it in some your local notepad or Excel sheet somewhere. Okay, because this is an open source, you cannot trust it. Okay, fine. So that is what I will suggest you. Once you're done with that coding part, you copy it and save it some. Okay, I will show you like the same activity I also perform here. Where's my sheet? You see, when you're done with the coding, we will save it somewhere. And these are the set of assignment questions we shared in the class. Okay. So find there any questions so far, anyone? Clear? Now, one more thing I have to tell you. After this ID column, what we are saving here in this ID column? Numbers, right? All these are numbers. So whenever you are saving numbers or storing numbers in a column, you have to mention INT. I will tell you the reason that why you have to write INT, everything. When we will discuss about data types, that's a different class, I will tell you. But whenever you are saving number or storing number in a column, that column you have to mention as INT. Is that clear? Now, salary, what you are storing here.
Tanvir, can you please repeat again?
I'm telling that in any column, if you are storing number, you see ID column here, I'm storing number, no? So
Yes.
if you're storing number in any column, number or integer, you have to mark INT in front of it. I will tell you the reason down the line that why you have to mention INT, what are the data types, what are different data type, why you have to mention it. I will explain all these things on the line. Okay. But here for the timing, just understand, after mentioning the column what you want, in front of that, you have to mention INT if you want to store number. Clear? Okay. Now, tell me salary, what you are storing here?
INT, numbers.
Numbers or integers?
Yeah.
So again, you have to mark here INT in front of it. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I will explain all these things that why I am mentioning INT. Maybe few of you have worked using number. So you might be thinking that instead of INT, can I put number? Everything I will discuss down the line. Don't worry. Okay. Now, coming to the columns where you are storing this characters or strings, right? A, B, C, D alphabets. There you have to mention this one. Varchar 50. Again, you might be thinking that why varchar 50? We will discuss about this. Don't worry. Okay. So you might be thinking why 50, why not 100, why not 60, why not 1? Everything I will answer. Don't worry. So shall I put this in front of department as well? Because in department as well, we are storing this ABCD characters and alphabets, right? Similarly, in front of location, we will keep this. Any questions so far, guys? Anyone?
No.
No.
So if we write the same query in a SQL server, will anything change?
Thus, you have to change int to number there. I think, yeah, int to number and others will work. Yeah, I will tell you for that SQL server part. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay. So hope it is clear so far, guys, everyone. Any question? So far, I have just taught you what is the syntax, how to create a table, how to insert, how to add columns, and what are the data types you have to mention. Okay, very simple. Now I want to run it. So you have to put semicolon at the last, at the end, right? And then select this entire line and then click on this run button. Okay, I have clicked on it. Now see what is the output? The SQL engine is telling that table has been created. Okay, but suppose I want to check whether the table has been created or not. So for that, you have a keyword DESC. Okay, now listen very carefully. This DESC, this create, this table, these are known as reserved keywords. Reserved keywords. Why? Because SQL engine has a special meaning for this. SQL engine will understand what he has to do. It is like these all are code words for SQL engine. Okay. The moment you write here create, engine understood that, oh, user wants to create something. The moment you write here table, engine will understand that, oh, user wants to create a table. Similarly, when you're writing DESC, DESC means you are telling to describe. Okay. So what you want to describe? I want to describe a table with name employee, describe employee. Okay. Then similarly, I am running this. Now see, it is showing you the structure of a table, what you have created right now. You have created a table with the name employee, right? The table name is employee. Got it? Now, what are columns you have? You have ID column. Yes, it is there. You have added name column. Yes, it is there. You have salary column. You have department column. You have location column, right? So it means table has been created and all the columns are presented. Any question, guys? Anyone?
Yes,
Yes,
Tanvir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like we have given the like department as varchar 50 and in the type it is showing as varchar 2. So
ignore this null and type. I will answer after this. First of all, so far, do you have any question?
okay, no.
Yes, Tanvir, why didn't we write describe table employee and just describe? So will it
You have to write
understand?
DSC. DSC you have to write. This is the code
Yeah.
word. You don't have to write the full describe.
Okay, so will it understand automatically that we are talking about table?
Yes. It will understand automatically.
Okay.
Whenever you want to see the structure of table what you have created, you just have to write DESC employee. But this will not work on SQL Server. For that, I will tell you another command. Okay, execute sp_help table is there. Ignore that. Okay, I will tell you that command. But on Oracle, you see, if you don't think that for each and every keyword we have separate command for SQL Server and all things. Hardly 4 or 5 keywords are there which is different. Apart from that, 99% of keywords are same. Okay. So, any other question?
Tanvir, is this DESC keyword used only to describe employee, or is there any other use of this keyword?
Yeah. This DESC is the only keyword in SQL engine which has two functionalities. When I will teach you order by, then I will tell you that this is also used to sort your result in descending order. Okay. So when I will come to that, then I will teach you that part. But I hope I have answered your question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Any other question, anyone? Got it? Okay. Now this null part. Okay, ignore this null part. We'll discuss about this after some time. What is this null? Why this is blank and everything. Now coming to type. This type is nothing but the data type. Okay. In front of ID, what you have mentioned? INT. It means integer. So it is mentioned here number. They both are same. In name, you are right. You have written here varchar, but it is taking varchar2. Because Oracle supports varchar2. Again, I will answer this that why varchar2 which is mentioned here, because you have written varchar. Even if you want, you can write here varchar2 as a little work. Okay, but I will answer you down the line that why it displays as varchar2, even though you have written varchar. Okay, fine, guys. Any question?
No.
So far we have learned how to create a table, how to add columns, and which data type you have to add. But I have not taught you what are the data types, why I have written INT, why I have written varchar, why I have written 50, all these things we will discuss down the line. Okay? Okay, so you have created a table. Now what next? After table creation, what will insert the data?
Insert the
Right?
data.
Once you have constructed your house, the next thing is either you will stay there, or you will give it to some tenant, right? So now the next thing is to insert data. The data is 1 Raj 100 Tech Delhi. So how to insert data? For that, the syntax is one more thing. Don't think that okay, I have to write from here next command. You can write from anywhere, your wish. This is not Python that it will disturb you in the indentation and all those things. You can start from anywhere. Okay. Again, one more thing. This create I have written in lowercase, your wish. You write in uppercase, lowercase, your wish. That's not a problem. This employee I have written in lowercase, your wish. You can write in uppercase as well. That's not a problem. Now you might be thinking that Tanvir SQL is case sensitive or not and all those things. I will teach you all those things down the line. I don't want to comment on that whether SQL is case sensitive or not, but just make a note of this. These all things, whatever I have written so far, you can write it in uppercase, lowercase, mixed case, camel case, whatever you want. That's not a problem. Okay, fine. Now, how to insert data? To insert data, the command is insert. Okay, into. Into means which table you want to insert data. Can you tell me?
Employee.
Employee. So you have to mention here in which table you want to insert data. Why? Because in a database, you have thousands of tables. So explicitly, you have to tell to SQL engine that in which table you want to insert data. Okay. So here I'm telling SQL engine that I want to insert data into the employee table. Fine. Then you have to write here values. What value you want to add? I want to add 1, then Raj. And then what is it? 100 Tech Delhi. 100 Tech. Okay. So this is the syntax to insert data. I will repeat this. First of all, you have to write insert into employee and then values. What is this employee? This is the table in which you want to insert data. And then you have to write values. It means you have to tell the SQL engine what values you want to add. So these all values I want to insert. Okay. Now select this and click on again the run button. So it is telling that one row is inserted. Now, if I know you will be having question. I know that you're having a lot of questions here. I will come to that part. Okay. Now data is inserted. Now how to verify the data is inserted or not. So for that, you have this command select, okay, and then the star from employee. So this command you have to write. The meaning of this command is you are telling SQL engine that I want to select. So SQL will ask what you want to select. I have written star. A star means everything. So you are telling to SQL engine that in this employee table, what all data you have inserted, display all the data. Is this clear? So select a star from employee. You are telling to SQL engine that select means display. A star means all the data, all the columns, whatever you have from which table? From employee table. So I'm running this query. Now you got the output. We have this column and this data we have inserted right now. Now, do you have any question, guys? I know you'll be having. So yes, you can ask now.
Yes, Tanvir, the question is how can we finally end up with getting all the data with one syntax, the remaining other 4 columns, sorry, other 4 rows.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Sorry, how can we get the other 4 rows by writing one single syntax to this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, suppose if your question is that, Tanvir, now I want to insert this data, right? So for this data, again, what you have to do is the same query. Again, you have to write. Okay. To
Tanvir, sorry, Parmesh here. So I think the question is how to insert.
I understood question. He's asking how in one go you can insert all the records, right? That's the question.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that one. These are the common questions in each batch we get. Don't worry, and let me tell you. See, so this is the syntax to insert data. Again, if I want to insert data, I have to write this query, okay, and I will run it. But the question is that no, then I want to insert 100 records in a one go. Then how we can do that, right? That's the question. Or 1,000 records in a one go. Then how we can do that, right? So generally for those data, when you want to insert 1,000 records or 10,000 records or 1 million records, we have a concept of loader, data loader that will insert. You have a certain script. You will run that and it will extract the data from a source file and it will load it. But if your question is that no, I want to insert using insert script only, then what you have to do is you have to prepare this script. Okay, like suppose this to Rohan is there, and then I will prepare one script for the next one. 3 Abdul 400 HR Chennai 3 Abdul 400 HR, and this is Chennai. Okay. Suppose you have one more record, 4 John 300 take care. 4 John 300 take care. So now what you can do is after this, you run all these queries in one go. Select all these 3 and then click on run. This is one way. Then you have another way, insert all into employees. I will tell you that as well. Okay. So in that case, all the records will be inserted. First of all, let me run this. You see, one row inserted, one row inserted, one row inserted. So now I've inserted 3 rows in one go. But yes, you have to prepare this script for each and every record. But if your question is that no, in my use case, I have data in an Excel file. So for that, you don't have to write that insert script. For that, you will use a loader script is there. Directly, it will extract data from your Excel sheet or .csv file or whatever file format you have, and it will load data in your table. Okay, hope I answered your question.
Yes.
Tanvir, what if you want to add this, like we are inserting by default 1, 2, 3, 4. what if you want to hard code it by giving logic that it should automatically increment by 1? When do we have
That is a concept of identity column or the surrogate key or the sequence generator. That is also possible. We will discuss about that. Okay. You want to increment it by 1, right? 1 or
Yes,
2
I mean,
or
like,
that thing. Yeah. We will discuss that. That is known as identity if you're working on SQL Server, or it's also known as sequence generator, or that's the concept of surrogate. We will discuss that. Okay. So now see, select a star from employee. I got all these records, what I have inserted. Is this clear, guys? Any questions so far? Anyone, any question?
Tanvir, like one.
Hi,
Tanvir. We
Yeah,
can
hi.
use auto increment for that. Which auto increment.
I so see, I don't want to jump into that, deviate from the topic. So in my class, there is one limitation of my class, I will tell you. We follow this format. Like suppose if this is the format, I will follow this format. Suppose if I'm teaching create insert, if you will ask question from joins or mod, I will not answer it. For that, if you have some urgent requirement, you stay on call. Once the class is over, then I will tell you. Because if I will jump to some other topic, we have freshers, we have non-technical students, they will get confused. Suddenly, why we got divided from here? We have all these things in sequence, so we'll teach. I'm telling you, if you have some urgent requirement in your project, if you have interview, connect with me after class or stay in the class. Once the class is over, we'll answer those things. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the query. This will show you all the data of this table. Okay. Now,
Tanvir, I have one quick question.
Yeah. Tell me.
Are we allowed to change the table name once we create it?
Yes. You can use alter command, and that we will discuss. To that command, you can change the table name. You can change the data type of a column. You can implement a constraint. You can add a column. You can drop a column. You can add a primary key. You can drop a primary key. All those things you can do with the table. Okay. You can delete the data. You can update the data. Everything you can do.
Cool.
Okay.
Tanvir, one question.
Yeah.
When we inserted data and now we are writing this query, we can see the first record at the last and the later 3 record top to that. Means is it randomly coming or is the same way what we inserted?
Okay. So the question is that Tanvir, you have inserted first this ID 1, then ID 2, then 3, and then 4. But here in the output, I'm saying this ID is in random order, right? That is the question.
Yeah.
So this is totally the wish of SQL engine. It can display in any order. Okay. Again, there's a concept of row ID and all those things, but it is totally the wish of SQL engine. But if your question is that
by default.
If your question is that no, Tanvir, I want to sort this ID in ascending order because in my use case I have 10,000 IDs and it will be very difficult to search in those 10,000. Suppose if you want to search ID 965 or something, it will be difficult. So you are telling that no, I want to sort it. So for that you have a keyword known as order by. Okay. This order by keyword is used to sort the result. Now you want to sort on which column basis? ID column, right? So you write here order by ID. So SQL engine will understand that, oh, user wants to sort the result based on the ID column. Okay. So now I'm running it. Please observe the output. Now, is this sorted?
Yeah.
Yes.
Output is sorted. Okay. Here it is sorted in ascending order or descending order.
Ascending order.
Ascending. Now you can ask question that no, Tanvir, I want to sort this in descending order. So for that, what you have to write here after this ID, write DESC. DESC here it means descending, but here DESC means describe. So that is what I taught you, that this is the keyword in this entire SQL which has 2 different functionality. Same keyword, but have 2 different functionality. Here this describe table will show you the structure of the table, but here this DESC will will sort the result in the descending order, right? So now I'm running it, observe the output. Is it sorted in descending order?
Yes.
Okay, so hope it is clear.
But Tanvir, we didn't instruct the command to go for ascending. Why it's took automatically in the ascending order?
Because in ascending, if you have not mentioned anything, by default, engine will assume this as an ascending. Okay. But if you want to write, you can write ASC. This is also ascending. Check the output. Is in ascending order? But if you're not writing anything, by default, engine will understand that user wants to sort this in ascending order. Okay. Any other question, guys? Anyone? No questions? Okay. Now, I will go back to this insert. Actually, I was discussing this order by, suddenly, I think you guys asked, so I thought of explaining this. But don't think this order by is over. In order by, then I will teach you the case, how to use case statement in order by, and many other stuffs are there. Okay. Now, in this insert, if you will notice, all these things which is in alphabets, I have written within quotes, right? Correct? So you have to take care of all the things which is in alphabets, right? A, B, C, D, and all those things. You have to keep those things within quotes. If you will not keep it within quotes, that will throw error message. Let me show you one example. See, here I'm trying to insert a new record with the ID 5. And suppose the name is Tanvi. I remove quotes from here, okay? Fine. Now I'm trying to run it. Please check the output. It is throwing error message. Why? Because this I have not kept within quotes. So always when you want to keep any alphabets data, you have to keep it within quotes. Now if you will run it, it will be inserted. Hope it is clear. Any question?
Tanvir, what if my data itself has a single quote? How to escape it?
My data has single quotes. Sorry, I didn't get your point. Miss, in your data, if you have quotes, right?
Yeah.
That I will tell you how to handle that scenario. When I will teach you substring part and all those things, I will suggest you that how you can bypass it and how you can use that part. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
But Tanvir, sorry. As a being new to this, platform. So actually, how can I get whether the particular error is saying there should be a code should be mentioned, because that was kind of a generic statement. Is it's means how we can get the error which gives us kind of a suggestion that yeah, the the codes are missing, that's the reason we are getting this error.
See, first of all, the error message what you're getting, no, that is not user friendly in the entire SQL.
Okay.
The error messages are not user friendly. So you will get some other error message, and here the reason will be something different. Okay. So that is why you have to check if any name means if you have any data which is in alphabets, you have to keep it within quotes. If you not keep it within quotes, that will throw error message, and that is what I have shown.
Okay, so by practice we will be familiar with all the errors.
Correct. Okay. Now the question is that, okay, fine, we understood that the alphabets data we have to keep within quotes. Suppose I have this ID 6, okay, and suppose the name is Praveen, okay, and this is 3, and let me take it 400, department something like sales, some dummy data I'm taking, okay. Now tell me one thing, if I will execute this, it will work or not, or it will throw error message?
It will execute.
It will be executed. You are following all the rules and regulations.
Yeah.
All the alphabets you have kept it within quotes, it should work, right?
Yes.
Now, my question is, if the 6 I am keeping within quotes, then what will happen?
It will throw error.
Nothing. It can store.
It
Okay.
can, yeah, it can insert.
Okay. See, when you have data which is alphabets, one thing is clear cut. I have mentioned you have to keep it within quotes. If you're not keeping it within quotes, that will throw error message. Is that point clear first of all?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, numbers. Numbers, you have freedom. Numbers, you have freedom. You can keep it within quotes, or you can keep it without quotes. It will work in both of it. So I'm running this, check the output. The record is inserted. Okay. If you want to verify it, run it. Select the star from employee. Now, so you got this 6, Praveen. So what you understood from this, the numbers you can keep within quotes, or if you want to remove it, you can remove it, your wish. No problem at all. But alphabets, you have to keep within quotes. Hope it is clear.
Yeah.
You might be thinking, then what will happen? What is the limitation? It will create problem in calculation. All those things we'll discuss down the line. Don't worry about it. Next question.
Will this be applicable for all the databases that way?
All the database, most of the databases, it will work.
All right.
Tanvir.
But again, I'm repeating, guys, please don't get confused with multiple databases. If you understand the generic SQL, it is applicable on most of the databases. Little bit variation will be there. Okay, but as a beginner, try to understand once. You see, it is like if you know how to ride a car, you can ride a car of Tata, you can ride a car of Hyundai, you can ride a car of a Honda. All they have the same concept: A, B, C, accelerator, brake, and clutch. Same thing is there. If you will change from one model to another model, one company to other company, just the dashboard will change, right? Little bit the engine capacity will change, but overall the basic functionality is same. Similarly, if you've understood the SQL, the basic SQL, the SQL standard SQL, it is applicable in all the databases. Okay. Next question someone is asking.
Yeah, Tanvir, if I don't know the column name, you to skip the column, like department.
Okay, good. Now the question is that suppose I want to insert a data. Okay. And suppose the data, the ID is 7 and the name is, I'm taking some name. I could see if someone has joined with the name Ibrahim. Ibrahim is there, and the 100 is the salary. And suppose department you don't know, right? That is your question, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
In that case, you can keep only quotes. Just keep it. That's all. Don't write anything within this.
So it will take it as a null value.
No, null is different thing. I will teach you null in the next class.
Okay.
Okay, because null, if I will mark here, many of people will get confused. Okay, but yeah, if you know the null concept, you can keep null as well. It will work. You can try that. Okay. So when you don't have any data, just keep it quotes and you run it. See, row is inserted. If you want to verify it, run the same query. Select a star from employee. It means you are telling to SQL engine, I want all the records of this employee table and sort the record based on the ID ascending order. Please verify the output. Do you have 7 Ibrahim? 7 Ibrahim, salary is 100. Department you was not sure, that is why it has kept blank here. And location is Kerala. Clear? Any other question, guys?
Hi, Tanvir. I have a question.
Yeah. Hi.
So, yeah, you told like for a number we can use a single quote, but for an ID we have used a data type int, right? As it's written over there. So if we use a single quote, it doesn't become a string. So if a number becomes string, then the int will not work, or it will work.
That is what I mentioned, that there is a limitation of this. It will create problem in calculations and many other places that we will discuss down the line. I mentioned that. Okay, you are correct. I understood you are talking from calculation perspective. That will create a problem. We will discuss it down the line.
But not
Any-
yeah, it's from the calculation also, but if we put this 6 is the number, if we are putting it in a single quote, it is not becoming a string. Is it
It's a
still
string.
a number only?
It's
It's
a
a
string.
string, right? So it's
Yes,
not a
it's a
number,
string.
but we
Yeah.
have used it at a type int for that. So these are two contradictory.
Okay. You are correct. Let me explain that now. See, now I am adding here number 8. Okay, now listen to this, or else let me write here like this. Okay, 8. Now, and suppose here department is tech. I'm running this query. Why it is throwing error message? Any idea?
Because the we
GST.
have given data type as a ENT.
And you're trying to insert string value.
Actually, a string. I don't want to. I
Integer.
don't want to initiate the discussion of a string because first of all, I have to explain a string. So quickly, I will answer this. This ID I have mentioned data type as int, integer, right? If I have mentioned integer, the engine will accept only numbers or integers. But what you are passing here, alphabets. That is why it is not accepting. So what we understood, if a column is integer or number, it will accept only numbers or integers. Now, instead of this, if I will write 8, now do you think it will work?
Yes.
Yes.
It will work, right? Clear? Now, one more thing. Now, suppose I am inserting a new record and here this ID is suppose 9. Okay. Now, in place of Ibrahim, I have written something by mistake. I've written this number. Now, tell me, will this work or not?
This will
work.
Work.
Work. Okay. Let me run this and observe the output. It is still working. Now check it. This column, second column, name. This is what? Varchar, right? So what we learned in varchar, it can accept numbers as well. But if you have mentioned a column as integer, it will not accept alphabets. Is that clear? Is this clear to everyone? So you have to be careful here. If a column, if you have mentioned int integer, it will accept only integers, only numbers. But if a column you have mentioned as varchar, it can accept numbers, integers, characters, special characters, everything it can accept. Okay. Now coming to the question which I think someone has asked, that when this is a string, then how this ID is accepting it. But there is no such concept that if you have a string, you cannot add it in an integer or number column. Okay, that is not a concept here. The main thing is about the data type, what it is accepting. So when I will teach you data type concept, then I will teach you there that which data type, integer, number, what they can accept, what they cannot accept. Then you have characters, varchar, varchar2, what they can accept, what they cannot accept. Thank you for this drawing. I'm not sure who is doing this drawing. They're all drawings. Yeah. Hope it is clear.
Yeah.
Any question?
While creating,
Go ahead.
okay, while creating a table, instead of int, I can go for varchar directly for the ID. So that is the standard procedure we are following, or
No. For integer, please use integer. There are some reasons for that. Again, I'm repeating, when I will teach you data type, then I will explain you in detail about this, that which data type you have to use. But that's why in the very beginning, I told that right now, just digest that the columns where you want to store numbers, use int. The columns where you want to store alphabets, use varchar.
if
In
I
a
go for
separate
9,
date.
if I go for 9.0, will that integer accept?
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you repeat?
The question is, while inserting the integer, I'll go for 9.0. So will that accept the?
That is a floating point. That is
Yes.
a floating point. You have to just float there.
Okay.
That also we will discuss. Okay.
Tanveer?
Like 3.25, 1.46, that is a floating point data type. We will discuss in separate like data type class. Then. Yeah. Next question. Yeah, what you asking?
Yeah, actually, I'm writing the code simultaneously on the Oracle Live SQL. But when I like wrote the code now, insert into employee, the first one, values 1, Raj, 100, something, something. The table appearing for me is a like repeated one, like 1, 1, again, like 3 columns came up with the same data.
You share the screenshot. Okay. You share the screenshot. I will look into that.
Okay, sure.
Okay. You can WhatsApp me the screenshot, what you're getting your message. I will look into the reply.
Done.
Okay. Okay, fine then, guys. It's almost 10:31. I will stop here and we'll connect again tomorrow the same time, 9. And we will share a new link with you guys, those who have registered for the course at around 8:45. Okay. And fine then. And those who are interested to register, they can connect with us on WhatsApp on personal window. We'll share this recording to everyone. So thanks a lot. We'll connect again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.
Tanveer,
Yeah.
do you have time, like, or you have another batch? Like,
Yeah, tell me. What? Do you have any question?
yeah, I have a question on the ETL thing, right? So
Yeah, tell
can
me.
I ask those questions, right now?
Yeah, you can ask now. Yeah, that's fine. You can
Yeah.
ask now. Those who wants to drop, you can drop. If you want to stay, you can stay. Yeah. Like, please ask.
Currently I'm working as an techno-functional guy, right, in one of the bank. So my goal is to learn into all the data field, right?